Sometimes in life, our mind becomes so heavy that even the smallest task feels difficult. We carry stress from yesterday, worries about tomorrow, and doubts that never seem to end. Our mind fills up with noise, expectations, fears, comparisons, and opinions, so much that there is no space left for peace or clarity. We often think we need new answers, new strategies, or new motivation, but the truth is, when the mind is full, nothing new can enter. This is the story of a young man who felt exactly the same. Tired, confused, and frustrated with life, he traveled across mountains and forests to meet a wise master. He believed this master held the secret to peace, strength, and success. When he finally reached the master's home, he bowed respectfully and said, "Master, my life is full of problems. I try to move forward, but something always holds me back. I cannot focus, I cannot rest, and I feel lost. Please teach me the secret to a peaceful and powerful life." The master listened quietly and smiled kindly. Instead of giving advice immediately, he said, "Come inside. Sit with me. Let us have tea first." The young man didn't understand how tea could solve anything, but he followed politely. The master prepared tea and slowly began pouring it into the student's cup. The cup filled to the top, but the master continued pouring. Tea spilled over the edges and dripped onto the table. Shocked and irritated, the student said, "Master, please stop. The cup is already full." "It cannot hold more." The master calmly put the kettle down, looked into the young man's eyes, and said, "Exactly. Your mind is just like this cup. It is full of opinions, assumptions, fears, and overthinking. How can you learn something new when your mind has no space left?" For the first time, the young man felt speechless. He realized he had come seeking wisdom, but his mind was crowded with old beliefs, frustrations, and negativity. He wanted change, but he was still holding on to the same thoughts that kept him stuck. The master continued, "Your mind is carrying too much. Old memories that hurt you, words from people who doubted you, mistakes you never forgave yourself for, expectations that were never yours to carry. You want peace, yet you refuse to put down these heavy stones." The young man lowered his head as the truth settled in his heart. The master gently said, "Empty your mind. Let go of what no longer serves you. Wisdom, clarity, and peace can only enter when there is space for them." The student whispered, "Master, how do I empty my mind?" The master smiled as if he had waited for this question. He said, "Your mind is like a room. Every thought is a guest. Some guests bring peace, and some bring chaos. When a negative thought enters, fear, doubt, insecurity, you do not have to let it stay. Notice it, acknowledge it, and then allow it to leave. Do not argue with it. Do not feed it. Just let it pass." He continued, "People think that emptying the mind means having no thoughts. That is not true. It simply means removing the useless thoughts, the thoughts that drain your energy, the thoughts that distract you from your purpose. Just like cleaning a room or deleting old files from a computer, your mind also needs regular cleaning." The master placed his hand on the student's shoulder and said, "When your cup is empty, you can fill it with whatever you choose: confidence, purpose, gratitude, strength, and peace. But if it stays full of past pain, new possibilities will never enter. You cannot pour fresh water into a cup filled with dust." The young man took a deep breath. For the first time in a long time, he felt something shifting inside him. He understood that peace was not something he needed to find, it was something he needed to make space for. The master continued speaking slowly, letting each word sink deep. Every day you must choose what you allow into your mind. You cannot control every situation in life, but you can control what you carry within yourself. Let go of the voice that tells you you're not enough. Let go of the pressure to be perfect. Let go of the idea that you must please everyone. Let go of comparisons, because your journey is your own. He paused and then added, when you release the unnecessary, you make room for the extraordinary. The young man bowed deeply. Master, he said, your lesson is simple, but it changes everything. Today I understand that a peaceful life begins with a peaceful mind. The master smiled warmly and replied, yes, your mind is your home. If you keep it clean, open, and light, life becomes easier. Opportunities become clearer, decisions become simpler, and your heart becomes stronger. As the young man left the master's home, he walked with a lighter mind and a clearer heart. For the first time, the world looked different, not because the world had changed, but because he had changed from within. He realized that the power to transform his life had always been inside him. It was simply buried under layers of worry, fear, and overthinking. Now that those layers were beginning to fade, he felt hope returning. So today, take a moment and look within yourself. What are you holding on to? Old pain, someone's harsh words, a failure you cannot forget, expectations you cannot meet. Let it go. Free your mind from the weight that does not belong to you anymore. Empty your mind, even if only a little. And slowly you will notice peace entering, clarity entering, strength entering. A calm mind is not a weak mind. It is a powerful mind, a mind that can make decisions, take action, and create a better life. Remember, when your mind is empty of negativity, it becomes full of possibilities. And those possibilities have the power to change your entire life, starting today, starting now, starting with you.